Hello and welcome back to another video on the Just Cam channel. Today we got to work on this massive sheet of ply, but this massive sheet of ply is going to go up here, on here. So we're going to put some cross members in on the top of the beams, just here, and the far point and this close point here. We're going to take this 5mm sheet, cut it to size and screw it to the top, and then hopefully put a couple of side pieces on. So that's the plan today, and then once that's done we're going to give the whole sheet a good varnish, so hopefully it'll look very nice once it's done and create quite a nice finish to the van. But we've got to do the hardest part first. Well, the second hardest part. The first hardest part is actually screwing through these top beams without going through the ceiling, the very roof of the van, and then we've got to obviously cut and scribe the sheet of ply to fit the roof of the van, which is going to be a pain in the bum, but we'll make it work. I've got my dad to help me today. He doesn't want to be on camera, which is fine, but you'll see his wonderful works. He is a very good craftsman when it comes to wood. So yeah, let's crack on. Right, so we've made a bit of progress. I'll show you. This is the progress. So far we have put battens in across the top here, move the conduit out of the way just to screw into this kind of support, and move that back in so it just sits on the edge of the conduit now. Got all the way along, more battens. We've slightly changed the plan now. Whereas before we were going to just screw it straight to those battens, we're now not going to do that. Instead we're going to put a couple of sheets of OSB either side in half and then screw the ceiling to that. Not only does that mean it gives us a bit of depth off the roof, more soundproofing, more insulation, but it means that we miss a lot of, I'll show you, it means we miss a lot of things like this here. So this little dip here is where the cables go coming back into this conduit along here, you see. Now we've got to miss that, so we're going to have to bring the OSB up to the edge of that, and then the board will sit on top of the OSB and hopefully just miss that cabling there. And the same is true on this side. We'll do that there and the back here. So that's the plan, at least. We'll see how we get on with that. First is the OSB. Let's crack on with that. Bosh. Right, so we have the first part up. So we have the OSB board up here. Now, what Dad has come up with is actually quite a clever idea. All this excess insulation that I had from doing the walls in here, in there, the doors, a little bit on the ceiling you can see, and so forth, and in the door cards here, all the excess insulation we're going to stuff up between here, you see. And what I mean is, it may not be much extra insulation, but it'll be more, and I'd rather have more than less. So that's the plan, at least. So the first one's up, we're going to stuff the insulation in now, and we'll get the second one up, cut in, and screwed up as well. Cool, let's crack on. Right, and as you can probably tell, I have head torch. It is very, very dark. So, progress report. This is how far we've gotten. So far we have this situation. We've done this left side here, right up into the edge, as you can see there. This right side as well, all the way down, all OSB board, and then we've got this gap in the middle, and we filled it all, both sides, left and right, with that a bit of the remaining insulation, recycled bottle plastic insulation. So now not only is the ceiling insulated and reflecting heat, but it's also doubly insulated, and hopefully when we get it on, it'll all be looking very nice and neat. So yeah, all very positive, very productive. It's surprising how long this sort of thing takes. We started at about 1:30, I think it's now about 4:30, 5. So a good couple, if not 3 hours, just getting that OSB, the main supports up, and then the OSB as well. It does take a bit of time. Finish off and do the plyboards, cut it, shape it, and screw it up, and it'll look all lovely. But until then, I'll catch you in the future when we're doing that. Right, we're back on day 2. Essentially, this is where we're at. So, as I've shown you before, we've got the OSB on first. excuse the voice. First thing to do, of course, is to take our board here, notch out for that corner, notch out for that corner, and hopefully slot it in. We're going to make a measurement as well up here, so that should sit nice and flush on the back of there. That's the plan, at least. So we're going to get on doing that, and hopefully I'll be able to show you when it's finally finished. This bit is going to just take a lot of faffing, so I won't record it. But yeah, it will make sense when I've shown you the end product, and then we can start on the varnishing. Let's get on with it. Okay, so this is the new roof. We've cut in all of the edges here, nice around these little lumps, around that little dip just there, all across. We've got a nice little centre line running down the middle, and these two lumps on this side, all the way down there to the end. It looks very, very nice. Very pleased with it. But that is the first major part of the roof done. We've got to put a bit of trim over this line all the way up and back, and then me and Maddie are going to paint all of this in varnish as well to make it look all very nice. If you've noticed something at the bottom of the video, big and bulky, don't worry about that. You will find out what that is in the next video, I imagine. But do keep your eyes out for that next video, because that's going to be an absolute corker. Yes, so right, we're going to shoot to B&Q, grab some trim and a few screws, and then we'll put the trim up, and then time to paint some varnish. Okay, another day and another job. So today we are sanding down this ceiling, or little bits of it, just to clear up some glue, and then giving it a good paint coating, which will be good, look nice, and varnished hopefully. So that'll be a good job to be done. Let's go on with it. Right, so there we go. That's the roof done. Let me show you that. So here it is. Looks a bit shiny still, but when it dries it'll be nice and varnished and look really quite nice, hopefully. So that's good. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I know this one was probably a bit more of a boring one, but the ceiling, though it is boring, is very important because it does get that nice finish to the van, so it's very important. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do feel so inclined, feel free to leave me a like, subscribe, and of course ring that little notification bell as well so you know when I'm posting. Thank you so much for watching. I'm following this journey and changing the van. As I say, the next video is going to be a big one, big step forward. Hopefully you'll enjoy that one. That'll be a bit more. There'll be a bit more to see in that video. So yeah. Anyway, have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one.